Hi, my name's Tristan E. Today I got the privilege to talk with my grandmother, Graham, about growing up in the 40s, having a basketball coach as her father, meeting my grandfather, and raising 4 boys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So Graham, what year were you born in?
I was born in 1943.
What was it like having Buster Sherry, Division I basketball coach, as your father growing up?
My father was Buster Sherry, and he was very well known in the basketball world around Worcester and around the country as the coach of Holy Cross College. And they ended up going to the NIT National Invitational Tournament in New York City, and they happened to win it. And it was a very exciting time for everyone. Of the 5 basketball players at Holy Cross, 3 of them ended up going to the Boston Celtics for several years. Bob Cousy, who was considered Mr. Basketball, Tom Heinsohn, who played for the Celtics, coached the Celtics, and did the commentating for the Celtics. And Togo Palazzi, he played for them for several years.
How'd you meet Grandpa Jack?
I have one sister, Joan. She ended up going to New York and becoming a Radio City Musical rockette. I was down there visiting her, and we went to the stage door, and your grandfather happened to be there and said hello and said to me, "Honey, you play your cards right, I can be had." And we've been married 56 years, so I guess he's mine alone.
What was it like having a husband in the Vietnam War?
When Grandpa Jack and I got married, he went into the service. We went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina for a year. And he practiced dentistry there. It was an internship for a year. And then about a year after that, he was sent to Vietnam. And it was not a fun time, but he learned a lot, took care of the teeth of the Army men as well as the natives. And he has always continued learning dentistry. He goes to Utah every year, and now he is retired.
Tell me a little bit about Grandpa Jack's dentistry.
Graham graduated from dental school in 1968. He loved dentistry. He loved his patients. He loved talking with them. He loved learning new things about dentistry. He also went to Utah a couple of times a year to learn more dentistry from people that he really had great regard for, Dr. Christensen. And he was always taking courses, always trying to make himself better for his patients.
So what was it like having 4 children?
Our first son, Matthew, was born at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. In 1969, Womack Army Hospital. A month after he was born, we moved back to Worcester, Massachusetts for a bit of time. And then my husband received his orders to Vietnam, and he had to leave. And during that time, my son John was born. 1970, December 21st. And so we had the 2 boys. We had a home on Burncoat Street in Worcester, and that is where Grandpa Jack had his dental practice in our home. We loved being there. It was fun. The children loved it. They went to Worcester Academy Sports Camp. They enjoyed playing baseball and basketball. And as a family, we were the best skiers you ever want to see, except for me. 5 years later, in 1974, my son Timothy was born. And he was a great little guy. Everyone just thought he was the cutest thing. And he was a very good boy. And then Deirdre arrived, and it made my life complete that we had the lovely, beautiful girl that she is. And that's the extent of my family. I also have a grandson, Matthew, and a great-granddaughter, Everly. When my youngest child, Deirdre, your mother, was in the 2nd grade, I was offered a teaching position at Venerini Academy in Worcester, a private Catholic school. I had 4 children that graduated from there. I love teaching, and it was a fun job.
So you had 4 children, 3 of them were boys, and the last one, my mother, was a girl. How was that like balancing that with being a teacher and Grandpa being a dentist, and how did all that work out?
When I was in college, I decided I wanted to be a social worker. So my mother said to me, why don't you just try practice teaching and see if you like it? Well, I tried it and I loved it, so I decided to become a teacher. I worked 3 years in Cherry Valley, Massachusetts as a teacher. I was a teacher in North Carolina, and then the children arrived, the 3 boys and the daughter. So there was a period of time there where I wasn't teaching. But then when Deirdre was in the 2nd grade, I was offered a position at Venerini Academy. And I spent 25 years there. And I loved the teachers, I loved the kids, I just loved the total experience.
Wow, that's amazing, Grammy. Thank you for doing this.
Of course, Tristan, I enjoyed doing this with you.